Welcome to Inside the Realtor Studio, interviews with industry leaders and professionals in real estate. This year, the Tucson Association of REALTORS is turning 100, 1921 to 2021. We are honoring our industry by conducting interviews with the past presidents of the Tucson Association of REALTORS. We'll learn a bit of history by talking to the experts themselves. Today's past president from 2013 is Cathy Erchull. Cathy began her real estate career in 1999, switching from a full-time career as a registered nurse. Cathy has done residential listings and sales, and she quickly worked towards her associate broker's license and has since served in management as branch manager, director of sales managers, and now as designated broker at Long Realty. Cathy has also served in education as a training coordinator and as an ADRE instructor. Some of her many accomplishments include, in 2013, she was elected president of the Tucson Association of REALTORS. In 2016, she was elected president of the Tucson Multiple Listing Service of Southern Arizona. She has served from 2016 to 2018 as Arizona Association of Realtors Region 5 Vice President. And 2021, she is the president-elect of the Tucson Realtors Charitable Foundation. Cathy's top priority throughout her terms of office have always been ensuring that all member voices and opinions are heard. She continues to be committed to always working in their best interests. Please welcome to Inside the Realtor Studio, Cathy Erchull. Hi, Cathy.
Hi.
So let's begin our questions and that with a little voyage into real estate before you became president. How did you become interested? You were a registered nurse. How did you become interested in doing real estate?
It was just, I actually, during my nursing career, I worked for a plastic surgeon at one point in time and really headed up her skincare clinic, doing sales. Really enjoyed that aspect of it. My husband was Marine Corps, retired 20 years. So we moved around quite a bit, bought and sold a number of houses, and it was something that I really enjoyed. So when he retired in Tucson, I thought this is the perfect opportunity for me to transition from nursing to another career taking care of people.
So the plastic surgeon wasn't here in Tucson, it was in another location? Oh,
right.
Okay.
All right. It was in Virginia.
And where did you first hang your real estate license?
I hung it at Long Realty.
Oh, okay. And did you work alone, or did you have a partner that you worked with, or part of a team?
I probably 6 months into my career, I really connected with Yo-Yo. At that point in time, Jensen, now she's Yo-Yo Yoakum,
Right.
and became her buyer representative. And I did that for a number of years while I was at Long Realty prior to moving to another real estate company.
Okay. And did you have a certain specialty or area of town that you worked, or a certain price point, or?
I did a lot of rural properties, really got into land sales as well as residential with acreage. I've always been a horse person, and so just a normal transition for me.
So you've been into horses even before you got to Tucson?
Oh, of course. I was raised on a horse farm.
Oh,
So I rode my first horse at 2 years of age, not by myself, but
there she goes. Yeah. All right. Well, let's shift over to your presidency. You were in office in 2013, and we know that you were in the current building.
correct.
Who was your CEO?
Bill Tedesco.
Okay. And what was the staff like, or what did it consist of at that point in time? Who all was working there?
Well, the executive administrator at that point in time was Sherry Meadows, and was kind of what Christine is doing now, Christine Sanchez. We also had MLS, and there was a little bit of changing of the guard at the during my tenure
Okay.
as president. And so, you know, a lot of the staff that is there now wasn't who was part of the staff at the time that I was president. So we've had a little bit of changing of the guard, but change is not a bad thing.
So you had Wes Wiggins, I assume, probably at
Yes,
that point in time.
correct.
And did you then hire Sean Murphy, or were you
Phil did,
responsible?
yes,
Bill
during
did?
the time period.
Okay, all right. And how did you get involved in association leadership?
In 2005 was kind of when I started looking at having already really established myself in the business. I decided that I needed to start giving back because community service and giving back to an industry that I felt had been very good to me was something that has always been at the forefront of any career that I was involved in, and was on started with rules and regs is what it was called at that point in time. Now it's the standard committee of multiple listing. And that's kind of where I started, and then went to forms committee, and then kind of continued on, got onto the board as a director, and realized that moving up the ladder within that with the association was something I wanted to do as well.
Did you have a mentor that you looked up to in the business or that was in leadership or?
You know, I'm probably one of the few that was never asked. Everybody talks about the ask. And I was not one of those people that were asked
Yeah.
to join or become moving up. It was just inside of me that wanted to do it. So I always been pretty self-motivated, and that was just one of my goals, and I went for it.
So during your presidency, what do you think your biggest accomplishment was?
We were able, I think, to really get more in front of the community and make them realize that we were kind of a voice to be heard within the industry of real estate. The other thing is Phil was really instrumental in getting on a number of boards and making them realize that we were a partner to growth and development within the community. The other thing is at that time we also hired our first communication director, because we realized communication out to the members was very important to us as well. We were working on revamping our website, and I know it's been revamped since then, but that was kind of the first real look at making our website a little bit more user friendly and really dipping into technology. And I know that people kind of laugh now with Zoom and everything that we've got technology wise, but we were really putting together a production studio within TAR so that we had a green room so people could come and do videos, because that was really starting to become more of what people were interested in at that point in time.
You know, people may not realize that because the crisis was in 2008 and 2009, but we were still in a recovery phase in terms of the association, at least in terms of feeling stable and solid. So you led us through that period along with the CEO's help.
Right. One of the things that Phil was able to do was through the Supra contract that we kind of got. That's when we kind of moved MLS and the association more into the black, so to speak. So as far as our financial stability.
Yeah. And did you have what was the biggest challenge during your presidency?
The biggest challenge was, and I know you're going to laugh, and if we send this to Phil, he'll laugh too, but Phil was originally from New York, and he wanted to run at warp speed, and trying to get him to realize that Tucson was a little bit more laid back and we needed, timing was everything, I think was probably one of the biggest challenges that, that I had, but we worked very, very well together. And really, I think we're able to accomplish a lot in a short period of time because of that.
Did you serve on AAR or NAR committees?
I served on the grievance committee for a number of years at the AAR level. I also was on the legislative committee as a liaison and the risk committee as a liaison during my time as the Region 5 VP.
Oh, okay, great. And any other thoughts about your term in office?
It was something that I really enjoyed and felt that I could really have that voice for the members during, as a president. I felt that in both of my presidencies and both of TAR as well as MLS, and looking forward to having that same thing for the charitable foundation. So
For those who may or may not know, the Tucson Association of Realtors has three branches that they work out of. One is the multiple listing service, one is the charitable foundation, and then the Realtor Association. And Cathy will be the first person to be president of all three beginning in 2022, correct?
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, great. That pretty much takes us through most everything. We tend to finish up with 7 quick questions, and we expect 7 quick answers. So, what's your favorite word?
Consistency.
What's your least favorite word?
Uh, sorry,
Okay. What turns you on?
just being able to give back. Really, it does.
And what turns you off?
People that want to not listen and really take in what other people have to say.
And what profession other than real estate or nursing would you have liked to have attempted?
I wanted to, initially I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Oh, not a pro rider, huh?
I wanted to be a jockey, but when I got to be 5'8", they told me I could exercise the horses only. That was no fun for me.
Uh, and what profession are you super glad you didn't attempt?
Probably becoming a doctor or a surgeon. I worked in the operating room as a registered nurse, RN first assistant, assisted a number of them. And, I would not have wanted that to have people's lives in my hands, so to speak.
And in closing, if you could do a shout out to anyone, living or not, in the real estate community, who would it be and why?
Probably one of the people that has always been kind of something that I aspired to be. And I'm going to actually mention 2 people, and I know you said 1, but
It's okay.
it's my time, so I'm doing 2. Is Rosie Comberline and also Kim Clifton. Both of those women have really guided me through my career, and somebody that I have looked up to and aspired to be.
Great. Any other thoughts, Cathy, about your leadership role or what you'd like to say to future leaders?
I think what I'd like to say to future leaders is get involved, really step up, realize that you've got so much tremendous support with the past presidents as well as the association people and other realtors, that really realizing you can do it.
Great. Cathy, that finishes our interview. I just want to say many, many thanks for taking the time and sharing so much with us. And congratulations on your future presidency at the Tucson Realtors Charitable Foundation. I'll be there serving under you, which I have done previously. So
Well,
thank
thank
you so
you.
much.
Right.